year is near the middle of the Third Age. Rohan's King Helm sits on the throne in Edoras, a proud figure known for a fierce spirit and imposing frame. Rumblings of unrest stir on the western frontiers. The Dunlendings, long resentful, gather strength under a new leader named Wulf. He claims distant ties to the House of Freka, a lineage that once clashed bitterly with Rohan's kings. No small skirmish is forming. This is a real threat, threatening to tear the Riddermark from within. When Helm hears of mounting forces crossing Rohan's borders, he summons his muster. Riders gallop across the plains, rallying local lords in haste, but the invasion unfolds faster than anyone expected. Wulf's host bursts into the Westfold, joined by other enemies who sense Rohan's vulnerability. Helm leads what men he can gather, striving to hold them at Edoras, but betrayal and cunning tactics let Wulf's army breach the city. Edoras falls, forcing Helm and his loyal warriors to retreat to the fortress of the Hornburg in the deep folds of the mountains. Many Rohirrim are caught behind enemy lines, while Helm's family also suffers a grievous blow. His son Haleth is lost, forcing the king to abandon hopes of a swift counterattack. Dunlendings seize Meduseld, proclaiming Wulf as the new master of Rohan. The invaders ravage farmland, pillage herds, starve out the loyal followers of King Helm. The winter that follows proves merciless. Snow blankets the plains, turning fresh grasses into icy wastes. The fortress of the Hornburg offers a haven, but conditions inside grow grim. Provisions run thin. The king's presence, imposing as ever, holds morale together. Yet the prolonged cold fosters despair. Many recall how Helm ventures out alone on frosty nights, clad in white, slaying Dunlending scouts by stealth. Legend says enemies fear the sight of him as a spectral shape in the snow. Some name him Helm Hammerhand because of his massive fists, rumored to fell foes with a single blow. In the depth of one savage blizzard, Helm does not return. In the cold dark of that midnight, he is found frozen upright, eyes locked in anger, still gripping a horn. The fortress mourns. Despite the king's death, Rohan's spirit remains unbroken. Helm's nephew Frealaf emerges as a leader, rallying the survivors. When spring edges in and the snows retreat, he gathers a daring party. Under cover of lingering storms, they ride from the gates of the Hornburg and move swiftly to Edoras. Wulf's men, complacent after months of easy dominance, fail to anticipate a sudden strike. Frealaf's group storms into Meduseld, cutting down the guards in a furious assault. Wulf is slain, the Dunlendings scattered. The city is freed from occupation. Peasants and minor lords, once cowering, join in the retaking. The victory lifts gloom from the realm. In the aftermath, Frealaf is hailed as king, forging a renewed era for Rohan. The scars run deep, though. Many fields lie untilled, and countless families mourn those lost in siege or famine. Still, with Meduseld reclaimed and the Hornburg no longer under watch by foes, Rohan breathes once more. The wise say the war of the Rohirrim taught them hard lessons. Distrust and bitterness with Dunland flare and never fully vanish, fueling future conflicts. Helm's legend grows. People speak in hushed voices of his final vigil in the winter gloom, how his fierce presence drove fear into the hearts of invaders. They call the fortress after him, naming it Helm's Deep. Songs also remember the lightning strike by Frealaf, the short and decisive recapture of the Golden Hall. Gondor, hearing of Rohan's ordeal, strengthens alliances. Couriers bearing tokens of friendship arrive. The steward extends a hand, acknowledging that a strong Rohan is vital for Gondor's security. The men of the Mark, though battered, stand prouder than ever. They bury their dead in honored mounds, sow new seeds in fields battered by cruel storms, and place Helm's body in the Tomb of Kings. Some claim that on a quiet night, a faint echo of his horn can still be heard among the mountains near the fortress. Rohan emerges from that winter with a new king, a renewed sense of unity, and a memory of how close they came to collapse. The war, though brief, tested the bond of the Eorlingas. Tales carried forth describe Helm's solitary raids, Wulf's bold infiltration of Edoras, and Freolaf's lightning victory. It stands as a testament to how swiftly fortunes can shift on the open plains. Though Rohan recovers over time, the legacy of that conflict shapes the next generation. Dunland licks its wounds, awaiting a chance to strike again. Rohan fortifies its boundaries, ensures more watchmen patrol those crucial passes, and acknowledges that even the King of the Mark can be driven to an icy death if fortune and weather conspire. The realm would not soon forget Helm Hammerhand, the king who braved the darkest winter, or the swift triumph that Freolaf secured with a handful of loyal riders. The War of the Rohirrim proves that Rohan's strength can endure, even when the storms of nature and the sting of betrayal unite against it. The final memory of that bitter season is etched on the stones of Helm's Deep and in the hearts of the riders who survived. Click below and reward yourself with another fascinating and exciting story.